There's a lot to say on this video, but first of all, let me just hit the nail on the head. I got COVID. I tested positive to COVID, yes. And there's actually no way of knowing how I got this stuff. But anyhow, I'm just going to talk you guys through my whole COVID-19 journey, how I recovered, how I found out that I was positive, and all the nightmares I had. So welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're here for the first time, my name is Amelie Seto and you're welcome. This is my COVID-19 experience. So you just sit back and enjoy. This is just going to be a long gist. So some time ago I fell ill, and I was just ill for some time. I got to the hospital. They gave me anti-malaria. So, okay, my symptoms, what I had was, okay, I went to church on a Sunday. Let me just start from the top. I went to church on a Sunday. I came back. I just had these body pains. It was really terrible. So I started on anti-malarials. I started taking anti-malarials prescribed. So I was taking anti-malarials and what are they calling these drugs? Whatever, I was just taking anti-malarials and paracetamol. So along the line, ordinarily, I don't have malaria for that long. The first day of treatment, I was supposed to start getting better, but this one, the first day I took it was like they were adding petrol to fire. Then the next day it got really worse, so I had to go to the hospital. I got injections, they finished my bomb, 3 injections at once. 3 hot injections. The next day I still had to go and take, the 10th day I had to go and take. All this time while I was taking these injections, it's not like I was getting better. I was still ill. And then this time I was already inside the house, I wasn't going anywhere. But I didn't actually suspect it was COVID. So I started having these feverish symptoms on Sunday. Then by Thursday, I was already done taking my injections and the first part of anti-malaria. So since I wasn't getting better, the doctor said I should start another dose of anti-malaria. So I started another dose of anti-malaria. And that's what I was taking up until one night. I started feeling one funny sensation inside my nose. I don't even know how to describe it. It feels like there's something, do you know, I don't know if this thing happened to you guys when you were growing up, maybe water mistakenly enters into your nose or something, or when you are bathing, there's this feeling you get at the back of your head as if the thing is peppering you. So I started having that feeling. It was really difficult for me to, number one, I could not really get up from my bed. When I tried to turn my head, so it feels like it was a lot going on in my body. My body was just going on its own. I'm trying to drag it this way, trying to drag itself that way. It was just somehow. So the nose thing was really, really serious. I couldn't breathe very well. At night, I was always screaming. At night, I would just scream. I would shout my sister's name. Anytime I want to stand up, I would just scream because the feeling is actually really painful. And telling somebody how you feel is a problem. Me telling people how I felt was actually an issue because I didn't even know how to describe it, but I didn't know how I felt at that time. So fast forward to the next day, which was on a Friday, I still had that feeling. I just told myself that no, I have to do COVID-19 test, because if I don't do COVID-19 test, this one I'm feeling, it feels like let water not come and pass can be let this thing not come and get out of window. So I then went to the hospital. I got tested for COVID. At that time, I wasn't really thinking about the pain, because when this COVID stuff came out, people were always saying that COVID-19 test is painful. They will put one bit inside your nose. They will put it inside down, stick it down your throat. So at this time, I wasn't even thinking about the pain I was going to feel. I just told myself that, I'm doing this COVID-19 test today, and that's fine now, because I carried myself there. So like anybody forced me. I feel like I'm talking too fast, so let me slow down because this gist is long. So when I got to the hospital, I don't know, I have a few videos of that. I'll just try and add them to this video. So when I got to the hospital, I waited, I got tested, it wasn't that painful. Maybe because I wasn't really feeling anything, it wasn't painful. So I did my test that Friday, and they're like, I'll get my result. So, will I say 3 days later or 2 days later, but it was on 3 days later, on a Sunday morning, I got a call. I actually missed the call, but before I came back, I got a message that I tested positive to COVID. Wow. When I saw the message first, I just saw good morning. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys the message. I'll just try and put the picture. I will take a picture of my phone and then put it up here for you guys to see. So when I got the message, I just saw good morning. Your COVID-19 result is out. I didn't really complete it if it was positive or if it was negative. I just knew that I had results. I kept my phone back. I kept my phone. I now called the number that called initially. And then the person now said, Miss Precious, your COVID-19 result is out and it's positive. Please, you have to come to the isolation center. I said, gay. Ha! At that time, I wasn't even thinking because I was really down. I had terrible headache. I had terrible migraine, like all my head like this, all round. I could not, it got to a point I was going to carry something like a scarf to tie my head in place because it felt like my head was going to explode. I had never felt that kind of thing before. So I now got to the hospital. I met the doctor. Then they did evaluation. They checked my vitals, and it was quite okay. The only issue I was having was my SpO2. That's like my oxygen level was kind of dropping. But even though the thing dropped, it went back to the normal 99, the normal score, the normal number. So you're like, okay, I'm going to home isolate since I wasn't having like death-threatening symptoms or what have you. And then they had to place me on some medications. I got zinc, I got azithromycin. I got zinc 1,000 milligram azithromycin. I'm not really sure of how many milligram I got. I got selenium. I got vitamin C, 1,000 milligram as well. And then I got paracetamol. What else did I get? Loratadine for allergies. So I got all those drugs. And the bad part is, the medications are very big. So swallowing was a problem. I had to constantly remind myself that you have to drink all this medicine. And then when I started the drugs, I was still feeling really bad, but they didn't place me on the anti-malarials again because I had already taken malaria medications the previous week. I'd already taken injections, so they now had to like build up my immune system so I could fight the virus. And now when I started taking the drugs, okay, before I started taking the drugs, when it was now like fully certified that I was COVID positive, the worst part was that I started receiving calls. WHO called me, surveillance team in those states called me, another surveillance team again called me. Like they were just calling my phone. Stay in the house, don't go anywhere. I'm like, I'm already staying at home. But one thing that really struck me at this point was, you guys didn't even ask me how are you even going to eat? Because if I stayed alone or I didn't have anybody to bring supplies to me or what have you, that means I'm going to starve to death. I think they should just try. Whoever is in charge of that thing should just work on it. So that if somebody has tested positive, at least even if it's bread and butter, just send to the person so that the person will not die of hunger. You get? Because you can't tell people to home isolate like that and not provide basic things for them. So I think that should be looked into. So apart from the fact that this cause actually made me depressed, they had to do contact tracing. They tested a few persons that I've been in contact with at that time. Luckily, almost all of them tested negative apart from one person. The person tested positive. And she was taking for evaluation as well, started her medications, and to God be the glory, we are all better. So the night life of a COVID-19 patient, at night I don't sleep. Forget the fact that during the day I'm awake and I'm playing, I'm joking, and I'm doing all sorts of things. I was unable to sleep, I was unable to do anything. At night I was always, I always had panic attacks at night, you know. Everything that now happened last year when Corona really started, I would not be saying that, oh God, this disease really kill people, this virus that has killed millions of persons, you know, I now have it. And then I was not saying, what if these medications don't work? Because the doctor does prescribe the drugs, so what if my body rejects them? So at night when I wake up like that, and when I wake up like that at night and I cannot really concentrate and I want to start having panic attacks, I just open my phone and I start listening to gospel music. It really helped. It helped calm my nerves. I just play gospel songs, I sing along, and then before you know, I've slept and it's morning. So I had all the symptoms of COVID actually. You know, the one that really struck me the most that I knew that, well, this thing is corona, the one that I'm talking about. I could not taste. Even forget the fact that I'm talking about food and everything, I could not eat for like a week. I was only water. To even drink water was a problem because water was excessively bitter and I need to stay hydrated. So drinking water, just like I would just raise up my throat like this and pour the water directly into my throat, but it was still really hard for me. I could not eat, I could not do anything. So because I wasn't tasting and then I couldn't perceive anything. The day I knew that, oh, this is COVID, I sprayed body spray on my hand. The only thing I felt was, you know when you spray body spray, just that cold sensation on your hand. I perceived this thing like this. I tried to smell it. Nothing. I could not perceive anything. I'm like, you are gone. Your nose is gone. Everything is finished. But gradually all these things came back and I got better. For like a week I was feasting on only boiled yam, palm oil, salt and pepper. That was the only thing I could eat because I was always nauseated. So it felt like I had vomit stuck in the middle of my chest. And 24 hours I want to throw up, and I was actually throwing up. So all these symptoms, I don't even know where to start from. But thank God, gradually they faded away. And I got better. I can now smell, I can now eat, and then I can do everything that I was basically not doing while I had COVID. Now people will always ask me, Precious, how did you get corona? I thought you used to prevent, you are the one that you are big on face mask, you are big on this. It's one thing for you to be careful. It's another thing for people around you to actually be careful as well. So I always wore my face mask. I washed my hands. I go around with my sanitizers. But this virus just found a way to creep into my life like this. Maybe it wanted me to do this video so that I could share my own experience. I don't know. I think 100% we cannot really prevent this stuff, but we can do the little we can to prevent ourselves from getting the virus and then people around us from getting it. You know, like I said earlier, it's not really about you preventing yourself. People around you, are they doing exactly what you're doing to prevent yourself? I think it's quite easy. Wash your hands with soap and water. Sanitize your hands with alcohol-based sanitizer. Then wear your nose mask, like cover up. Please. And then when you are sick, please stay at home. Because when I was sick, I stayed at home because if I didn't stay at home, I think I would have infected a lot of persons and contact tracing would have been really hard. So stay at home when you feel ill and please avoid crowded places if you can. And if you know you can't, please wear your face mask and then just keep yourself hydrated 24 hours. Please stay safe and do whatever you can to prevent yourself from coronavirus. Prevent yourself from getting the virus and then prevent every other person around you too. I think we owe ourselves that. So thank you for being on this video with me. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and please turn on your notification buttons so when I put out great content, you'll be the first to see it. So thank you. Love you.